Obviously, today we are celebrating the life of the Queen. Over the last 60 years, she has had plenty of ups and downs, but she is known for her devotion to the Commonwealth, and she has well and truly earned her place in history. As a young girl, Princess Elizabeth never expected to one day be Queen. At the time, she stood third in line to the throne after Edward, Prince of Wales, and her father, the Duke of York. Elizabeth and her sister Margaret lived a normal, if not majestic, life, and grew up in a very tight-knit family. But all that changed when, in 1936, her uncle abdicated from the throne and her father was crowned King George VI, events immortalised by the film The King's Speech.
The nation believes that when I speak for them, but I can't speak. You could do it. You needn't be governed by fear.
Throughout her father's reign, in her parents, Elizabeth observed a great devotion to duty, a trait she quickly adopted, and in World War II she broadcast to a besieged nation.
Thousands of you in this country have had to leave your homes and be separated from your fathers and mothers.
At 18, Elizabeth set a royal example by attending the ATS, effectively the Women's Army. 2 years later, she made her first overseas trip, an adventure, and she had a secret. She was engaged to a handsome Greek prince, Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten. On her 21st birthday, she made the vow that would define her lifelong role.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
Later that year, the princess married her dashing sailor. Their wedding lifted a nation and an empire shattered by war.
Before long, the calls of the people were answered as onto the famous balcony came the bride and bridegroom.
Soon, Prince Charles was born, and 2 years later, Princess Anne. Then, while the couple were on tour of Kenya, came the bombshell.
At 10:45 today, February the 6th, 1952, the King passed peacefully away in his sleep.
When Elizabeth returned to London, the Prime Minister, Winston Churchill, greeted her as the new Queen. Her coronation was the ultimate in royal pageantry, brought to the world by the new technology marvel, television.
Madam, is your Majesty willing to take the oath?
I am willing.
As Queen Elizabeth took the royal show out on the road, she became the most travelled monarch in history, visiting all the nations of the Commonwealth, often in style, on the royal yacht Britannia. And by her silver jubilee in 1977, she was the matriarch of a blossoming dynasty. Weddings and grandchildren followed. The Queen and her family seemed to be living a fairy tale life. That all changed in the 90s.
It has turned out to be an annus horribilis.
The Windsors became a royal soap opera as marriage breakups and scandals rocked the family. And then, in 1997, tragedy.
We give thanks for the life of a woman. I'm so proud to be able to call my sister the unique, the complex, the extraordinary and irreplaceable Diana.
Diana's death sparked a crisis as a grieving public accused the Queen of being cold and heartless. For days, she kept silent, before the stiff upper lip softened.
What I say to you now, as your Queen and as a grandmother, I say from my heart. First, I want to pay tribute to Diana myself.
Ever since, affection for the Queen has grown. The world grieved with her when she lost her mum and celebrated a golden 50 years on the throne. By her side through it all, her constant companion, the loyal and ever unpredictable Philip.
He is someone who doesn't take easily to compliments, but he has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years.
And, of course, her corgis. The next generation has emerged to boost the royal family's popularity to new heights. but at the heart of it all, a woman who has given a lifetime of service with grace, humility and patience.